Now that 2025 taxes are done, it's time to see how they went. Were you happy? Did you have to pay in? Did you get a refund? Well, now it's time to make changes for your 2026 taxes to maximize the use of your money. Here with more is financial expert Mark Lampkin. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, but I don't feel like I should smile today.
I
It's
know.
Tax day. I'm not happy.
No, it's our favorite holiday of the year, right? So, what should people be thinking about right now that 2025 is in the rear view? We're thinking about 2026. What should people do right now to really set themselves up for next year?
Well, it's April 15th, first of all. Stop, take a breath.
Yes,
you're done.
we did it, right?
But we have to understand, from January 1st to April 15th, your CPA, your tax planner, yourself, if you do your taxes,
Yep.
It's about tax reporting. You're trying to get the numbers in the same place. You're trying to just get your taxes done, void the extension, get it in. You don't have time to tax plan or look at things. Now is the time. The next month or two is the time that you meet with that CPA when they don't have the pressure. This is a time where you can make real money, real tax moves. We got 4 quick things that can make you possibly thousands.
And we just want to, clarify, we need to talk to your tax professional about all of these things. But these are really some good tips. So the first one is to fix your withholding.
Yeah.
Most important.
You know what? This is the biggest thing. Whether you're 18 or 65 and still working, this appeals to everybody. There's a lot of Americans that work paycheck to paycheck. And if you filed your taxes and you owed $1,000, or you got a big enough refund that you can buy a Corvette,
oh my gosh, that'd be crazy.
or even $3,000, right? That's a huge red flag. That tells me that you need to go to your HR department or whoever does your payroll, and you need to adjust that W-4. So in other words, if you owed $1,000, you need to bump up that amount of taxes that you're getting. But if you got that big refund, why give the IRS a free loan?
Exactly.
They're not that nice to you, right? So take those taxes down. But here's my tip of the day, right? Instead of spending that money that you get back, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, it's different. But if you're doing fine, take that taxes down and put that money in your 401k. Up that 401k percentage, you don't even notice it, and put you on a path to retirement. And if you're retired, if you're working part-time, dividends, different things like that, they may not take those holdings out. So you might have to estimate or change those estimated payments, because not only, if you get those wrong, not only do you pay estimated taxes, you can get in a penalty and pay more. So that planning is important for retired individuals.
So important. And then also tax diversification earlier. So what does that exactly look like?
This is my best tip of the day, right? So what happens, I want you to think 12% bracket. And for single folks, that's $50,000. For married folks, that's $100,000. So if you make that or under, then you're going to be at that 12% income tax bracket. So what we want to do is, through you are working part-time, working full-time, because if you need more money, you're going to take money out of your traditional IRA first, because those are tax deferred all the way up to that $50,000 or $100,000. When you reach that 12% bracket, that's when you take it out of your regular brokerage accounts that's already taxed, or your Roth IRA that's tax-free. We're trying to hold you to that 12% bracket, because if you go over, that means more Social Security on your taxes, your Medicare premiums go up, your Affordable Care Act goes up. So that 12% is that magic number that we try to hold you at. And if you're over, congratulations.
Yes.
But if you're not, we want to pay as least amount we can.
Yes, and then I guess it's kind of ties into that, the taking advantage of that low tax window on purpose.
Yeah, there's a short window. This is very kind of specific. So if you're in that 60 to 65 range and you're not sure if you're retiring or not, and you're not taking Social Security yet, you're going to be in the lowest tax bracket you're probably ever going to be in, right?
Okay.
Because we got $29 trillion in deficit. Let's face it.
Yeah.
In 10 years, you're probably going to be paying more taxes than I am right now, right?
Yeah.
So taxes are probably going up. But if you're not getting Social Security, you're going to be in that low tax bracket. So look at your traditional IRAs. Let's say you're making $30,000. Well, you've got a $20,000 windows that keeps you to that 12% bracket. You can actually convert that IRA and pay 12% taxes, versus in the future, it's going to be 22, 25, 28% possibly. So you'll pay the lowest taxes, and you can spread that out over a number of years. And tax planning can help do that, and everyone should take a look at that.
Absolutely, they should. And the last one, very quickly before we go, tax changes, because it happens every year, it seems like.
Copy and paste doesn't work on taxes. The tax code's this big. 34 years in finance, 3 college degrees. I don't do my own taxes. I don't like it, right? So let me give you one big example. If you're 65 or over, this is one of the biggest changes in that big, beautiful bill or big, ugly bill, depending on how you look at it, right? If you're over the age of 65, you get a $6,000 deduction. If you're married, that's $12,000. That's addition to your standard deductions. That's thousands of dollars in your pocket if you claim it. But if you don't know about it, the IRS, they're not great people. They're not going to tell you to do it. So that alone can make your viewers $2,000 or $3,000 if they follow that. But there's always tax changes. Tax planning, not when this guy's or your woman's going crazy just to get the numbers. Plan over the next 2 months, and you could save thousands.
There we go, Mark. Always the best tips. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
So to get in touch with Mark, just head over to his website, lamkinwealth.com.
Wealth Wednesday on Great Day Live is sponsored by Lamkin Wealth Management.